What's up, everybody? It's Drive from Strong Dragon Training, and today on the Strong Dragon Files, I want to touch on one of the most common supplements taken by bodybuilders, athletes, and everybody stepping foot in the gym, essentially. It's right after protein powder, and I am referring to creatine. A lot of people take it, a lot of people know about it, are afraid to take it, and a lot of people who should be taking it don't take it. So first and foremost, we're just gonna do a little bit of an idea of what creatine is. Now, we're not gonna go deep into the science. I don't wanna get into the whole ATP and all that stuff. But as an overall idea, creatine is found in your muscles, okay? Scientists suggest, or say rather, that about 90 to 95% of the entire creatine in your body is found in your muscles. The rest is found throughout your brain, kidneys, etc. Now, the creatine in your muscle, what the creatine helps with is with the energy production in your muscle. So when you are low on creatine and you supplement, now whether that being from powder, pills, or you're just eating more red meat, you are able to give your body that extra little bit of boost when it comes to pushing out 2 or 3 more reps, lasting a little bit longer anaerobically. So it does do the body a little good. Now, remember, it's not an overnight thing. So this is something that you have to put into your body over 2-3 months type of period to see some good results out of it. Now, the whole idea of creatine, it essentially splits people into two. There's the people that do need it and respond good to it, and then there's the people that don't need it and have no response whatsoever. Now, to take it really quick and get that section out of the way with the people that don't need it, it's essentially your body has enough creatine, and everything that supplement that you give it extra, it ends up being expelled out of your body. So if you try it out, because you never really know, do you need it, do I don't need it, you could go and run some tests and find out that way, or you can just invest $16 into a bucket of creatine, try it out for 1 to 2 months. If nothing really happens, then stop wasting your money, because you are literally flushing it down the toilet, aka creatine gets expelled through your urine, so you'll be literally flushing your money down the toilet. Now, the people that do need it, now we're talking about bodybuilders, athletes, runners, soccer players, whatever. So as I mentioned, if the body doesn't have it doesn't have enough, rather, if it doesn't have enough, supplementing with the creatine will get you that extra little bit of, I don't want to necessarily say advantage, but it does give you the extra little bit of push. As I mentioned, either you can push 2 or 3 more reps from the extra strength, you can run the extra mile, etc. So when you take it, people do see some negative aspects. This is where it comes into the play, the people that are afraid of taking it because of some of the negative outcomes of it. Now, these are not necessarily negative in the bad sense of way, but you do see things like when you take creatine, because it allows for a lot higher water retention in your body will become puffier. You'll look bigger, you'll look more soft when it comes to muscles. Now, this is a normal reaction, because when creatine is supplemented to the body, water gets pulled into the muscle, allows the muscle to grow a little bit, but because of all this water retention, you are going to see all of this puffiness into your muscles, and all of this extra softness, if you will. This is why when you are prepping for a show, and I'm sure all of the athletes out there that have prepped for a bodybuilding or a bikini or a men's physique show or whatever, know that it's not a good idea to take creatine when you're very close to the show, right? Because if your body does need it, you supplement it, all that water retention goes right into your muscle. You look soft, you lost all your definition. So this is one of the things that people hate when taking creatine, because they say, oh, I've gained weight. Look at the scale. Look at how I look. Yes, you've gained weight, but it's all water weight. So this is where the whole cycling and everything of the supplement comes in. Now, there have been studies, and I am going to post a couple of these studies right below this video. There are studies out there that have been going over a long period of time, and it has been proven that creatine does help the body. So if you're low on creatine, it's gonna do some very, very good for your body from the point of view of not just performing, but as I mentioned, you can run for a little bit longer, your anaerobic endurance is a little bit better, your muscles will be able to get stronger, etc., etc. One of the studies that I've heard recently, or rather one of the concerns based on one of the studies that I've heard recently, was that creatine causes in guys baldness. So there was actually this one study done, I believe it was around the mid 90s, and unfortunately it was the only study done. So what they found out is that rugby players that have been supplementing with creatine have developed baldness. However, they have also shown that all of these players have also had male pattern baldness in their genes. So their family line, all the males ended up with baldness. So they never really done any more studies on that to prove whether does creatine make the process of baldness happen faster if you have it in your genes. Does it just cause you to have baldness even if you don't have it in your genes? So they don't really know, and I can tell you straight up from my point of view, I have been taking creatine for a long time. I have been seeing good effects from it in the terms of muscle growth and endurance and all that stuff, but again, probably I am too young at my age to notice any kind of baldness as of yet, but nothing negative like that has happened. What I will admit to is what I find is that when I take creatine, I generally pair it up with glutamine as well, and I'm going to cover glutamine in another video. I'm not going to go into it right now, but what I found is that when I take them and I pair them up together, I do see a little bit more of acne happening on my body. So it's not extreme, it's not bad, but I do notice that when I stop and I get off of it, my skin is nice and clear, but when I go back on it, then I see a little bit more acne going on. But really, that's the most damage and negativity from this supplement. Another thing that you would have to be careful on is hydration with the supplement. There have been studies that shown that if you don't hydrate properly, all this water retention that goes into your muscles and everything just gets absorbed in from your body, and then your kidneys will have a hard time when you need to expel excess creatine, and then it gets stuck in the kidneys, crystallizing, resulting eventually into kidney stones. So do be careful with that one. Hydration is very, very important when you take creatine. Now, how should you take creatine? If you decide, okay, this is my first time, I'm going to actually try it out, see if it does me any good. Really, there's 3 ways that people can do it. Number 1 is they start with the loading phase. So in other words, for 5 to 7 days, they go between 10 to 20 grams of protein per day. After those 7 days, you go for another 3 weeks with 5 to 10 grams rather on a daily basis, and from that point on you continue on for your 2 months with just 5 to 10 grams on a daily basis. The second type of or the second method of taking creatine is just starting straight off the bat with 5 to 10 grams of creatine per day. You go for your 2 to 3 months, boom, then you take a break from it. Third version, and this is not necessarily only my version, I tend to kind of mix up method 3 and with method 1, but essentially in method 3 what people do is they take it for 5 to 7 days as a loading phase, 10 to 20 grams, then they go for 3 weeks on 5 to 10 grams, then they go back to a loading phase, and so on and so forth, and they take the break in between the 3 weeks of 5 to 10 grams, a week break, then they go back again, loading, 5 to 10 grams again, break, loading, 5 to 10 grams again, and then they take a break. So what I do is, personally, what I found that works best for me is I do keep it with the loading phase, so 10 to 20 grams on a daily basis for the first 7 days. After that, I do 3 weeks of 5 to 10 grams on a daily basis. I do take the week off after that, and then I recycle it into a loading phase again. Now, I find that when I give my body that extra little bit of week, that extra week of a little bit of rest, I find better results and better absorption of this supplement into my body, giving me a better outcome in the gym. So I take it essentially for 2 months. I take at that point, 3 cycles, which generally sums up to 3 months. I take about 2 weeks off after that, and then I restart again the cycle. So really, I try to do 2 cycles in before I take a longer break from the creatine. So you don't want to be on it for the rest of your life either. So like I said, I do 3 months with a week break in between the loops. After 3 months, I take 2 weeks break, and then I go back into the 3 months of loading. 3 weeks, 1 week off, loading, 3 weeks, 1 week off, loading, 3 weeks, and then 2 weeks off. So I found that this works the best for me. So again, for yourself, you should really test it out, try it out, and see A, if your body needs it, and B, how is the best method to give your body the supplement. Now, another very important note on creatine, and this I found just a little while ago. Before, I used to take it with just straight up take the powder, either put it in water or take the powder in and drink water. So first off is, when should you be taking the creatine rather? Based on studies again, they say there is not much advantage. There is very little advantage in taking the creatine after your workout. Now, the main reason is on this one is after your workout is when you have the richest meal. And it's relatively, I should say, it's very important because it synthesizes better in your body if you have the creatine with approximately 45 to 50 grams of protein and 50 grams of carbs at the same time. So this is where it's a good idea to have it with a smoothie, you know, when you put the fruits in and all that extra protein scoop and everything, or you have it together with a meal, so you just pour in water, but then you have your potatoes, your chicken, blah, 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 whatever your meal is. So that is one of the points, because some people do have food before the workout, but nobody really goes and has a hearty meal and then they go work out, so they can throw it all up, right? So that is what they're saying. If you're taking the creatine before, really, if you were to have the meal before the workout and then have the meal, or have the meal after the workout, you take creatine out of one of those, there's very, very little advantage just purely based on the workout. But again, the meal is very important, or the carb to protein ratio versus the creatine intake. Now, it's very important to know that it's also not a good idea to have the 20 grams, for example, in your loading phase all in one sitting. They also recommend on that one is that you spread it out throughout the day. So notice when I say 10 to 10 grams per day. So ideally, you should not be taking, oh, you know what, I'm just going to take it right after my workout, 20 grams, boom, I'm done with it. It's always a good idea, maybe with your meals throughout the day, to split it up. So breakfast, lunch, and then dinners, if dinner is post-workout. And this is a better way to give your body little by little and let it absorb that little amount of creatine and put it to use, as opposed to giving it here's a bucket of protein, deal with it. The body is still going to take that little bit and then flush the rest out. So you might as well take it throughout the day, spread it out, and have a little bit of a better absorption out of it and use more on a per serving basis. So I would definitely recommend for you guys to give that a shot, but do be careful again if you do have underlying medical conditions. Always I recommend to everybody, you're trying a new exercise program or you're trying a new diet, always a great idea to speak to your medical care provider and see, is this good for me? Especially, or if you're taking medication or things like that, do be careful with supplementation, because they could go head to head with some of the ingredients in your medication. So do follow up with your doctor. Just quickly give them a call. Hey, you know what, I'm planning on doing this and this and this for my workout. Is it okay for my health status? So do be very careful on that, guys. But if you're healthy as horses and you just want to try something new for your workout, for your nutrition, I highly recommend giving creatine a shot. It's definitely, as I mentioned, something that's in your body already. You're just supplementing it, so you're not putting something in your body that is not there. Similar to how it is the protein, you get it from food, so it's also something that is within your body, the amino acids and whatnot. So you have it there. It's not an external malicious substance that you put in your body that could go one way or another. If you don't need it, as I mentioned, the body expels it out, but do be careful that water is in your daily basis in fairly copious amounts, I should put it that way. You don't want to have one glass in the morning and then for the rest of the day you supplement it with crap or no water whatsoever. So be watchful for that, guys. But yeah, definitely I would be interested to find out from everybody watching this video if they've tried creatine before, how it worked for them, how you cycled it, was it overall a benefit to your diet, to your exercise program, to everything like that. So drop me some comments, let me know if you guys actually got some benefits from taking creatine, or if you have any questions on which brand there is out there that is the best. There's a dime a dozen of brands out there. So if you really want to play the safest, I found in my experience, Allmax has a very pure powder. So again, I'm not endorsing them. I'm not gonna say pick this or pick that, but in my own experience, I was the happiest with their quality versus the price that they sell it at. So it's something to think about and kind of look into, see what is available out there. But do try it out, guys. Let me know, drop me a comment, and if you like this video, find it useful, give me a like and subscribe. I will be posting more of these videos, and if you check my YouTube channel, Strong Dragon Training, I do have lots of vlogs and my quest of getting my my muscle mass higher and preparing for hopefully a show next year. I do miss and I do want to participate in another one. But yeah, hope you like this video. Drop me a like and a subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Everything is below in the comments of this video, all the details of that. And I'll see you guys on my next Strong Dragon Files video. Stay fit, stay healthy.